Make one move to get away and I'm gonna kill you.
Yes, sir. But that's just what you'll have to do.
Interesting facts about famous people.
Ten of Warner Brothers' best westerns. Founded in 1923 by four brothers, Harry, Albert, Sam, and Jack Warner, Warner Brothers Entertainment, Inc., an American film and entertainment studio headquartered at the Warner Brothers Studio Complex in Burbank, California. The company is known for its film studio division, the Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group. During the heyday of westerns, with the likes of John Wayne, Randolph Scott, Gary Cooper, Jimmy Stewart, and great directors like John Ford, how could you go wrong? Warner Brothers did their part to produce some of the best westerns in the genre. This video shows some, but not all, of the best westerns Warner Brothers produced. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. Head over to my channel if you want to check out my many other videos. The link is in the description. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel as well. I do appreciate it. Let's get into it. Chism, 1970. Director, Andrew McLaughlin. Cast, John Wayne, Forrest Tucker, Christopher George, Ben Johnson. Cattle Baron, John Chism, joins forces with Billy the Kid and Pat Garrett to fight the Lincoln County Land War. US President Richard Nixon commented on the film during a press conference in Denver, Colorado on August 3, 1970. In doing so, he used the film as the context to explain his views on law and order. With a budget of $4 million, it grossed $6 million at the box office, $47,577,989 today.
Why not? I don't like you.
Well, you don't know me.
I know Amos Patton. We may have to be neighbors, but I don't have to be neighborly.
Rio Bravo, 1959. Director, Howard Hawks. Cast, John Wayne, Dean Martin, Ricky Nelson, Angie Dickinson. A small-town sheriff in the American West enlists the help of a disabled man, a drunk, and a young gunfighter in his efforts to hold in jail the brother of the local bad guy. Generally regarded as one of Hawks' best, known for its long opening scene which contains no dialogue, receiving favourable reviews and was successful. With a budget of $1,214,899, it grossed $5.75 million, $60,794,097 today. The Man Behind the Gun, 1953. Director, Felix Feist. Cast, Randolph Scott, Patrick Wymore, Dick Weeson, Philip Carey. An undercover government agent battles insurrectionists who want Southern California to succeed and become a slave state. One of Scott's sidekicks is played by Alan Hale Jr. 3 years earlier, his father, Alan Hale, played a crooked sheriff opposite Scott in what would be his last film, Colt 45, 1950. Grossed $2 million, $23,046,516 today. Shootout at Medicine Bend, 1957. Director, Richard Barr. Cast, Randolph Scott, James Craig, Angie Dickinson, Danny Crane. In Medicine Bend, a crooked businessman has the town mayor and sheriff in his pocket, while his henchmen raid the wagon trains passing through the region. James Garner, who had a small role, said, "It was always fun working with Dick Barr, and Randy Scott was an old pro, but the movie isn't worth a damn. Box office info not available."
Hey, this is quite a place. What do we do now, Captain?
Look up the sheriff and try to get our money back.
Cheyenne Autumn, 1964. Director John Ford. Cast Richard Widmark, Carol Baker, Carl Malden, Sal Mineo. The Cheyenne, tired of broken US government promises, head for their ancestral lands, but a sympathetic cavalry officer is tasked to bring them back to their reservation. Opening, narrated by Richard Widmark. The beginning of a day, September 7th, 1878. It dawned like any other day on the Cheyenne Reservation, in that vast barren land in the American Southwest, which was then called Indian Territory. Grossed $3.5 million, $34,737,048 today. Seven Men from Now, 1956. Director Bud Bodicher. Cast Randolph Scott, Gail Russell, Lee Marvin, Walter Reed. A former sheriff blames himself for his wife's death during a Wells Fargo robbery and vows to track down and kill the 7 men responsible. Producer John Wayne gave the lead to Gail Russell, his co-star from Angel and the Bad Man, 1947, and Wake of the Red Witch, 1948, despite being warned that she looked 20 years too old to play a character in her mid-20s. Russell had not made a film in 5 years and had a serious drinking problem, which would later end her life at age 36. Box office gross info not available. Fire Creek, 1968. Director Vincent McEvety. Cast James Stewart, Henry Fonda, Inga Stevens, Gary Lockwood. A peace-loving part-time sheriff in the small town of Fire Creek must take a stand when a gang of vicious outlaws takes over his town. Critical reaction to Fire Creek was generally positive. The New York Times called it a good, sturdy, and occasionally powerful little western, claiming James Stewart is plain wonderful and Henry Fonda almost matches him. Box office gross $1.1 million, $9,725,232 today.
I ain't never had no $5 before.
Got it now, honey.
The Hanging Tree, 1959. Directors Delmer Daves, Carl Malden, Vincent Sherman. Cast Gary Cooper, Maria Schell, Carl Malden, George C. Scott. Unusual western about a doctor with a dark past whose life is pretty complicated and ultimately redeemed by a young thief and a pretty Swiss immigrant whom he nurses back to health. Film debut of George C. Scott. The last western Gary Cooper starred in. Gary Cooper had a full facelift and other cosmetic surgery on 16 April 1958, 2 months before filming began. Box office gross $2.2 million, $23,260,350 today. Sergeant Rutledge, 1960. Director John Ford. Cast Jeffrey Hunter, Woody Strode, Constance Towers, Billy Burke. Respected black cavalry sergeant Brax Rutledge stands court-martial for raping and killing a white woman and murdering her father, his superior officer. In Mike Grost's anthology presenting Ford's movie, the film was described as being one of his best, but also one of his most underrated. It also mentioned how the film mocked traditional femininity as being an artificial construct. Box office gross $3.47 million, $31,671,403 today. Drumbeat, 1954. Director Delmer Daves. Cast Alan Ladd, Audrey Dalton, Marissa Pavan, Robert Keith. In 1872, Indian fighter Johnny McKay was appointed Peace Commissioner for the California and Oregon Territory, but he faced tough opposition from the renegade Modocs, led by their chief, Captain Jack. With a budget of $1.1 million, it grossed $3 million, $34,312,750 today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. Hit the notification button to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel and check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.